Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back at Pecan Grove. I'm out here like a nut this morning in 30-degree temperature and the wind blowing. But the greenhouse must go on, or high tunnel must go on. I think the last time we talked or showed anything, we only had like 3 boards up maybe. And since then, I have to work by myself. Miss Wanda's busy. She's got things that she has to do, so I'm by myself all the time. I don't do the camera stuff, so all I'm going to do is come along and show y'all what I've done. We're going to talk about it, why I've done it. And I will still say this has been one of the best builds I have ever done with a high tunnel or greenhouse or anything. I love this. Everything has fit together unless something happens catastrophic here before long. This has been one of my most enjoyable builds. I highly recommend this kit. I can't say nothing about the rest of them, but I recommend this one. And since I'm highly recommending this is from Grower Solutions. They do have a Black Friday sale, started November the 1st, goes through December the 6th. We have a link in the description down below. Just use the promo code DEEPSOUTH, get yourself a discount, guys. A certain percentage, up $2,500, you get free shipping, $200 gift card. Below that, $1,000 up to what? A certain price, or I forget what the price was.
$24.99.
$24.99. Yeah, I didn't want to get it wrong, but I think it's $24.99. You get a $200 gift card with that. Use it for however they let you use it. I don't know, but let's talk about this. Now, since y'all have not been here with me, we've done the end walls. This is my first time to do an end wall out of all steel. I normally do mine out of heavy timbers because we're in a hurricane zone, but this being a smaller greenhouse high tunnel, I decided to try the steel end walls. Now, I used to do steel work, so not a big deal to me. I know how to do it, and I guess it's going to be okay. I custom built it just like I would have done it if it was wood. I went ahead and framed in a place up there. I have a fan that's going to go in here, an exhaust fan. I got it from VEGO. I recommend it. It looks like a good fan. It's made for high tunnels and greenhouses. It's not very expensive, and I think it'll work fine for this 20 by 20. And I put it on the south side of the building because the north side is going to be completely closed off. I don't want anything in there. Now, I will say this because I've custom built something. Anytime you custom build anything, you're not going to have enough material from Grower Solution Greenhouse Kit to custom build anything. They have it pre-designed where these uprights just go at a certain distance apart across the ends. Now, they do send you an extra piece or two if you want to do the storm door frame in like I have over here. But when you start coming back and go to framing in, like for the fan up here and all that, you need to ask for some extra pieces of the square tubing when you do. I just happen to, I have pieces of steel. It's no big deal for me. But now I will say also, they only send you enough L brackets to only install it on one side of the pieces that you do. And when you custom build like I do, I went ahead and I went to my hardware store and picked up 30 extra L brackets to match what they had because I put it on top and bottom. I want all the strength that I can get. I also came back and bought 1/4-inch bolts myself, 4 inches long. I drilled, and even though they send the 2-hole straps with the tech screws, guys, I'm in a hurricane zone. I just go ahead and drill a hole, and every board has, and every pipe has a 4-inch, 1/4-inch by 4-inch carriage head bolt screw in it. Both 3 places up here. I have them at the top, I have them in the middle, and I have them at the bottom. Now, Grower Solutions greenhouses do not come designed to have this board in the middle. They just have the top board and the bottom board as a header. Now, I have this design for a specific reason. We're going to have citrus trees in here, and and our other high tunnel, we have our vegetables in there. I talked with Grower Solutions about a screen that reaches, they sell a screen from a company that reaches here all the way to the bottom, but it's like $15 a foot. And I told them no. You know, I said I know. So I mean, I'm a construction worker. I get discounts on lumber and everything. So I go ahead and get my lumber, and I framed this out the way I did. I put one in the middle here because I went online and ordered 3-foot wide rolls of hardware cloth with 1/8 inch squares in it that is plastic coated. I will be putting screen in both this area here, and that's why I have the extra boards here to fasten it to across here, and I have one on the end in here to fasten it to across here. I'll be putting screen there, and I'll be putting screen up here on this part here also, across here and across that side there. Both sides will be covered up with screen so that if we want to leave the rolled up doors down at night to prevent insects and moths from coming in at night, but yet we still need the cool air to come in at night, we can do that. Now I'm also, I have two 10-foot roll-up doors. I ordered it with the kit to go on each end of the building here. This end, I went ahead and framed in a 3-foot storm door. I highly recommend, if you're going to do this, get the storm door ahead of time, get the measurements off of it so that you can get your frame right for it. And you want to pick it up off the ground at least the width of a 2x4 up off the ground, because you don't want your door hitting the ground when you open it out there. Now I have that done. The only thing that's a little bit concerning to me right now is in this big area right here, I don't have anything above the roll-up door brace here. I ran out of square tubing to do that with. So I don't know that it'll be a big issue, but hopefully it won't. I am going to be coming back, and I'm going to show you why. I'm fixing to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be coming back and putting treated plywood on the inside of these pipes up 4 feet high here, here, over there, over yonder, and over yonder. And I'm going to show you why. In hurricane zone, this a little bit bothers me. You know, my other ones don't do that, you know, because I have big giant timbers in here. So I'm going to come back and screw plywood treated on the inside of these walls. I'm going to let the plastic on the outside run on down to the wiggle wire track. Now, that brings me to the next point, is the wiggle wire track. The wiggle wire track is pre-drilled and use deck screws to screw it through the wiggle wire track to here, except wherever it touches steel. Now, wherever it touches steel, like around the bow on the top up yonder, you use your Tech screws for that. And you start on each end. What you do is you put one here, leave it sticking way up in the air. You go ahead and fasten it off, go to all 4 corners and put them on and leave them sticking way up in the air. Then you get your ladder over and you bend it very carefully so that you don't crease it right here. You bend it real easy, and you start your Tech screws going across the top of the bow about every 12 to 16 inches apart. I recommend 12, going across the top of the bow, and as you pull it down and hold it, put a Tech screw in it. Pull it down, hold it, put a Tech screw in it. That way, that's to hold your plastic going over the top. You also want to run one down your header right here, because this is where your plastic will hook on your wiggle wire. Will go in this and hold it, and the rest of it will just hang down here, because this is a roll-up side. You will have a roll-up door on it. Now, I also came in and put my treated boards at the bottom here, across in between these, and I screwed a piece of wiggle wire track in here for the plastic. Now, you do not put wiggle wire track around where the screen door is going to go. You go ahead and pull the plastic over the whole end of it, and then you come back and you cut out a section here and fold the plastic in, stick your screen door in it, and have someone on the inside pulling the plastic tight while you put a Tech screw through the screen door casing and get it plumbed up and get it just like you want it. And the screen door is what actually holds the plastic around this part right here. Now this here, for the roll-up door, you have wiggle wire track for it so that you can fasten it in the wiggle wire if you need to. I don't know if there is anything else at this point that I need to show.
What are we going to be doing now?
I got one more piece to put up on the end right yonder, and I will have all the wiggle wire track up. And let me say this: the exhaust fan at the top will be done exactly the same way as the storm door is done. I will just put the plastic completely over the end of it, and then I'll get up there and I'll cut the hole out and pull the plastic to the inside.
We'll try to show some of that.
We'll try to show some of that, and we'll put the exhaust fan in and pull the plastic tight, and then screw the exhaust fan from the inside in here, and it will actually hold the plastic.
But we're going to be putting wire up now.
We're going to be putting screen wire up just as soon as I get through putting this other piece of metal on here. And I got to pop a couple of chalk lines and go hunt the material up I need to put screen wire in with. Okay, so we only have enough screen that has come in so far to only do 2 runs, because it comes in a 50-foot roll. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the top side on this side. We're going to do the top side on that side right over here. And the reason behind that is once I do the top sides on both sides, I can go ahead and put the plastic on it. Because when it comes time, when the second roll comes in, I can roll the roll up sides up and just lock them up out of the way and put the bottom on here. It won't be no big deal. But you can't, the roll up side won't go up high enough to get in here to put the screen in on the top side if you put the plastic on first. So you got to put the screen on the top sides first.
And this will be our first time putting screen on the top.
Yes, this will be my first time to put it on the top part. Now, we are going to go ahead and do the other big high tunnel in the very near future. I have one of the rolls of screen in. I got to get another one to do the tops of it, because, guys, the insects has gotten so bad until we're having to do everything we can to close these things in and still get airflow. And let me add one other thing here I just thought about. What we're planning on doing, when I was in the construction business, when you built a carport, they make these magnetic screens that fastens to the tops of your header in your carports. And during the daytime, those magnets hold this thing closed down to the ground. And when you come home with your car in the evening, you just drive in and you just drive into the screen, and the magnets pop apart, and you can just drive in and they just close back behind you. And what that does is it keeps insects, for the most part. Now some things will get in, roaches will still get in, but flying insects and stuff like that usually is not a big issue. Keeps them out of the carport. We're trying to locate screens right now so that on the inside of this, I can come in here and put those screens and have a magnet right down the center of it right here, so that during the daytime, we can leave the doors rolled up and still have airflow through the magnetic screens and the screens on the side. In other words, the whole thing can be screened in. And I think
next summer that will come in handy.
Next summer that should come in handy, because we have trouble with the citrus trees with certain insects. We're just trying to do what we can, you know what I mean?
And our shade cloth hadn't come yet, but we do have 40% shade cloth coming.
We have 40% shade cloth coming from the company that Grower Solution uses. It has not arrived yet, but it's usually 2 to 3 weeks behind Grower Solutions, because they have to custom make every piece of it. So that's not a big deal right now. It's not summertime. It's not so hot that the citrus trees needs a shade cloth. Okay guys, we just opened up our roll of agri fencing here. This is just like what we use on the other high tunnels. It's just that this one's green and the other ones are just galvanized. We went with the plastic coated on this one.
We did get this on Amazon.
Yeah, we'll try to put a link to it if we can remember. But it comes rolled up just like the other does. Looks just like it. I mean, same 27.
How tiny that is.
Oh, it's real tiny. Yeah, just 27. I think it's 27 gauge if I'm not mistaken.
And it's 36 by 50.
Yep, 36 by 50.
That's a lot of rolls.
It's not heavy. It's more aggravating to fool with than it is anything else. But once you get it up, it's really a joy to have on a high tunnel. It just takes a little working with it.
And you pop the chalk line.
Yeah.
So you can keep the top level.
Pretty close anyway.
And do you do the bottom right now?
No, I don't do the bottom right now.
You come back and do the bottom later.
Yeah, we just want to get it kind of unrolled first.
And having this right here helps because it holds
Yeah,
that.
it's your ledger. It helps hold it. Okay. That right there messed up where it's been at. It's going to have a wall. It's going to be crooked.
And you're pulling it tight across the top.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll help keep it from flopping around so bad.
I think I'm gonna like the green on it.
I like the green better myself, yeah.
It looks nice.
It's going to look more like something to do with gardening or, you know.
It does.